In today's post, we're talking about strategies and ways in which people recruit their core muscles. And one of the strategies that we see clinically is this really intense sort of all or none abdominal contraction. And so it's like abs are at rest, and then we ask them to contract their abdominals, and it's like 100% contraction in like half a second to 1 second. And so that is really a strategy that can be detrimental to general core strength and the health of your lumbar spine and your hips, but also your pelvic organs and your pelvic floor. And so one of the things that we'll come back to is this idea of your core as a balloon. And so the top of the core is the respiratory diaphragm, pelvic floor, and then abdominals. And so when we see this strategy of all or none contraction, really hard, really quick, and really fast, you can see that the pelvic floor down here sometimes doesn't have time. It has poor timing of when it turns on, and so we get downward pressure. Or maybe the pelvic floor does turn on, but it's not enough, and the abs just sort of overpower it. And so that downward pressure consistently through the pelvis is going to lead to symptoms, and symptoms could be of prolapse, so that sense of heaviness or pressure, or like you have something vaginally like a tampon when you know nothing's actually there. It can lead to stress urinary incontinence. It can lead to back pain, to hip pain, right? And so we can tell this because, and we can tell the response of the pelvic floor because when we're doing an internal assessment of how well the client accesses their core, and we feel this like turn on of abdominals, we can feel the pelvic floor yielding to that pressure, or maybe the bladder prolapsing just a little bit, or maybe we feel the pelvic floor turns on a little bit, but that the abs just overpower it. So if you're a person who has a strategy of 100% abdominal contraction for every task, no matter what it is, like picking up a sock, abs turn on, right? Picking up a 250-pound barbell, abs turn on. We have to have a graded approach and a coordinated approach between all of these muscles in order to stabilize that pressure and make sure that the system is functioning well without symptoms. And so your pelvic PT can help you figure that out if you feel like you're a person who contracts your abs just all or none.